let's take a look at our top selections for Dan Illman, Mike Beer, 6 stakes races, 2 graded, $900,000 in purses at Laurel Park on Saturday. The co-features this one, it's the Grade 3 Runhappy Barbara Fritchie Stakes. Let's take a peek at this field. 7/8 of a mile, fillies and mares. Mother Nature not too kind for this Winter Sprint Fest card last Saturday, postponed to this Saturday. We are intact.
Everybody turned up again a week later, Dan. The field hasn't changed. And, you know, you still have Hello Beautiful as the favorite on the outside as the horse to beat, Dan. I mean, there is speed to her inside here, and she's a speed horse. But to me, they have her to beat in this race.
And that's really the key to this race, the pace, because the 3 Don't Let Sweet Fool You, 7-2 on the morning line, expected to make a short lead over the equally fast Hello Beautiful. I talked to Lacey Gaudette last week. She said Don't Let Sweet Fool You is going to take the race to Hello Beautiful. Brittany Russell, Hello Beautiful's trainer, countered, well, we're pretty quick as well. Maybe this sets things up for a closer.
I mean, I can't really think of any good reason for either the 3 or the 8 to, you know, sort of take themselves out of their best game here, Dan, and not use their speed. They're both horses who want to race up towards the front, and I'll expect them both to be there.
They're far from the only quality horses in the race, however. Sharp Star comes down from New York in sharp form for trainer Horatio DePaz off of this effort. A second-place finish in the La Verdad. Now, she was odds on this day. It was a muddy track. I think you could say this was a little bit disappointing, although the horse Mrs. Orb that beats her is a consistent, solid runner. You notice that Sharp Star doesn't change leads. That's kind of what she is. She was giving Mrs. Orb 6 pounds in this race. Maybe she bounced a little bit off that big effort in the Go for Juan 2 back.
I mean, yeah, she runs fine in here. It's still a disappointing loss, and you're right that Mrs. Orb is a little bit of an underrated horse. But it's still a disappointing loss at 2-5. Listen, her races 2 and 3 back, her figures anyway, they in some ways make her a horse who's really, really tough for Hello Beautiful to have to race. The 101 buyer, 3 starts back, that wasn't much of a field, but she took a huge step forward there. And I would just say she backed it up, you know, pretty well in the Go for Juan. The Go for Juan was a very weak field. And she worked pretty hard to close down a horse who had been claimed for $25,000 last year, but still 97 buyer. She doesn't need the lead to be effective. There's plenty to like about this horse.
Talked to a lot of trainers for the Winter Sprint Fest card this week. Horatio DePaz happy with the extra week for Sharp Star. He had her down there last week, kept her down at Laurel, says she's eating better and feeling good. The 2 is Club Car, a true closer that would benefit from a fast pace up front. Last time out, Hello Beautiful was able to shoot to the lead. Club Car was game. She got a nice closer's trip. She split horses. She rallied for second. She's honest, and I think this extra furlong helps her. At a price, you could use her.
Yeah, you could use her, and we'll just see if she gets. It does really feel like, Dan, she's going to need every bit of that contested pace in front of her, and then perhaps for 1 or 2 of her rivals not to show up. Her race 2 back when Don't Let Sweet Fool You beat her, I didn't think she ran that well in that race. She ran a little better last time with, I thought, a really good closer's trip. She was a little bit far back, but the pace was legit. She saved all the ground. She got up for second.
Don't Let Sweet Fool You. Perfect from start to finish. In her last 5 starts, beat 3 of these common foes, including Club Car, in the Will on the Move. Let's watch that race right now. She went right to the front. She hugs the rail. She was pressured by Malibu Mischief, a horse trained by Rudy Rodriguez, sort of an optional claiming type. Don't Let Sweet Fool You is going to spurt away from Malibu Mischief and hold off the late kick of Hibiscus Punch, who's also in this field.
Right. I mean, just another solid performance from this filly. I mean, she's on a real roll right now. What's that? 5 wins in a row, Dan. She really hasn't been threatened in any of those races. I think it's going to be a lot tougher for her against this field, but who knows how good she is. I mean, we may not have seen her best race yet.
Estilo Talentoso is a sleeper coming up from Florida. This horse was in good form over the summer at Gulfstream Park, building up her confidence. She returned off a lengthy layoff last time out. In this race, the Wayward Last. Now, the Wayward Last was a 2-turn race with a pace collapse. A very fast pace set by this long shot, No Mercy Percy up front. Estilo Talentoso is still charging, and consider the layoff, consider the fast pace. She's up close to this pace, and she's still fighting, only to be run down by odds-on Lucky Stride.
Yeah, she ran really well in this race, taking the layoff into consideration. And then, as you mentioned, the really fast pace that she was close to, never stopped trying to close it down. I thought she ran really well in there. Her form, dating back to last summer was obviously good and getting better. I thought she was the most interesting long shot in the field.
And she actually got a 3 furlong breeze before the weather got too bad up here at Laurel Park. So she seems to be fit, and we love turnbacks at 7 furlongs. Suggestive Honor is up next. Blinkers off. They tried the blinkers experience on the Willa on the Move. She was 82-1 against Don't Let Sweet Fool You. That day she didn't run. She was 97-1 in the Primanetta against Don't Let Sweet Fool You. She ran a little better. She's going to be a big price, and she's going to have to run a career top.
Yeah, I mean, she just doesn't look competitive against this field. You'll get a big price once again, though.
We saw Hibiscus Punch run an okay second behind Don't Let Sweet Fool You and the Willa on the Move. She was kind of in a little bit tight late. She got some clearance and she was running on. And then she backed that effort up with a nice win against entry-level allowance horses. Let's watch Hibiscus Punch's race. She's favored in here. She's supposed to win. And she just got very, very comfortable close up to the pace. Horatio Caramanos really doesn't ask too much from her. And the margin of victory, 3 lengths, could have been a little more.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably true. She wins this race pretty handily here against a weaker field. Now they're going to step her back up. Listen, 2 starts back, she was an okay second, I thought. Even though she was in tight, she wasn't going to win that race. That race was fine. I just wonder how much more improvement she has in her, Dan. She's a 6-year-old with only 7 starts. Obviously, sort of a new horse to this kind of dirt racing, so maybe she could improve, but she really has to.
Need Supervision completes this field, and she's a rock-solid horse. She's multiple stakes winner. Let's watch her race in the Interborough at Aqueduct last time out. They cut her back to 7 furlongs, and she gets into all kinds of traffic issues here. She's in behind horses. The winner of this race is going to shoot up the inside. Manny Franco's looking for a way through. She's really not clear. She's really not clear. Now she's clear, and she's going to come with a good run to finish second. That being said, this race came back a little slow, and it featured a bunched-up finish.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could make an argument there that if she wasn't in that traffic there past mid-stretch, that maybe she would have won this race. Obviously, the horse that got the clean run was able to outfinish her, but that horse was also the longest shot on the board, Dan. I mean, I just don't really feel like that was a very good Interborough, but this filly, all in all, ran fine in there.
Hello, Beautiful, very popular on the Mid-Atlantic circuit. Why not? She's 7 for 7 on the main track at Laurel in her career. 7 furlongs, no issue. She brings a 3-race win streak to the party. Here's her score in the What a Summer last time out at 1-2-5. There's Malibu Mischief. She's just been the sparring partner for Hello Beautiful and Don't Let Sweet Fool You in the last couple of races. She tried to push Hello Beautiful early. They were going pretty quick. Hello Beautiful traveled well in this race and is going to hold off Club Car, and the outside post gives Sheldon Russell lots of options.
Right. I mean, that's probably to her advantage that she's outside, but I still think they have to use her speed in here. Listen, she's obviously pretty hard to knock, running one good race after another. It's worth pointing out that, and basically all of her wins, she's that kind of a price. She towers over those fields. I don't think that's the case here. I think this is a much tougher race for her, but I do think she's pretty good, Dan. And again, I think she's the horse to beat.
Top pick time for the Grade 3 Runhappy Barbara Fritchie. We're both going to try to beat the favorite, although we both respect Hello Beautiful immensely. You like this price runner, Estilo Talentoso. I think she has a mid-pack running style that would really work well if the pace is fast. We like her cutting back in distance, and she gained a lot of fitness with that good race behind a good horse last time.
Yeah, I liked her last race a lot, and I like her cutting back for this race. Hopefully she can just sit somewhere off the pace and make a run. The 2 favorites are the 1 and the 8. I have them in there, Dan, but I don't know how short I really want to go on either Sharp Star or Hello Beautiful, so I'll try to beat them with this interesting, better priced horse.
Lots of times we look at a pace scenario, we think there's going to be a 2-speed number, and the next thing you know, they run 1-2 all the way around the track. I'm hoping that's how it works out in the Runhappy Barbara Fritchie. Don't Let Sweet Fool You has been seeing dead red right now for Lacey Gaudette. I think she goes to the front, and I'd love to see her and Hello Beautiful put on a stretch show. Sharp Star, a nice one as well. 3-8-1-2 for me, 4-8-1-2 for Mike. It's the Grade 3 Runhappy Barbara Fritchie, your co-feature at Laurel Park on Winter Sprint Fest Saturday. Best of luck.